Well, hello everyone. I don't know us old guys. We don't know what these bitcoins and BBTT tokens and all this is. My teenage kid kind of does, but Battle Titans is going with this method, and right here is their web page on the walkthrough on how to get their tokens, and you can get a Nelly or special edition Sean, I think, or a couple different items through these. So on their very first thing is on their walkthrough is a setup of the local Bitcoin. Now, I went through this and it's pretty simple. You know, you sign up, you put your email, get your password and stuff. But once you get into it, it gets more complicated. Now, you can hit the buy button here and doesn't mean you automatically buy, and it lets you look at that person's profile. Now, most of these profiles have limits on them. So this one's 1,000 to 5,000. Well, most of us are looking to get $50 for maybe getting the special edition Nelly. Well, there's also other factors on here. These guys also have certain identity they want. They may want your full name, your phone number, your identity, and that's what's coming up right here. So I'll show a quick kind of view of what you have to do to verify your identity if you want to try to use that particular seller. Now, here's the one with the real name. You just basically identify your real name. I think you use an ID as a photo for it. And the last one here coming up will be using a phone number. Now, these are all for just certain particular guys require this, where others don't at all. Now, after searching through here, you also can look for things other than under just US dollar. You can look under bit percentages or all kinds of, you can try to get it with PayPal. I saw one for PayPal go from about 14,000 versus these ones we're looking at 4,000. Well, this last guy here is the only one I found that was $10 to like 9,000. Most everybody else was too much higher. Well, this is where it was set up, and I went here, and it was about 30 miles from me to try to figure out this and use this machine. Well, while I was there at the machine, it also asked you for your address, and that became a problem. Okay, well, we'll get back to that later. We're going to go into their next phase, which is my Ether wallet. And this is a similar thing as the Bitcoin wallet. Create a password and make an account. But this is for the tokens coming from Battle Titans. Now, this has to be a separate wallet that these tokens go in. Now, I kind of show you the paths going through it, but what happened is I couldn't get this on the iPhone because you have to save the file, that UTC file right there that I just clicked, and use that to get into the account. Well, yeah, I couldn't really do that on an iPhone, so you have to do it pretty much on a computer. Now, once you got the account set up, you can get your private key, but it's 100,000 characters and be pretty tough to put on the iPhone. So I ended up doing it all on the computer with setting up my Ether account. And all you have to do is then use that UTC file. Then you put your password in, and then you log into the account. So that address right there has your email is what's got to go into these boxes here when you buy the tokens. All right, well, now we're going to go look at the Mycelium Bitcoin wallet. Now, while I was at the mall at the coin machine, I had no barcode or address to put in there. So I was trying to figure out how to do that when I started talking to a couple people there that are a little more familiar with this Bitcoin stuff. And so this doesn't have the highest ratings, but we threw this together, and right on the spot, me and him traded. He just looked at my barcode. We clicked it over. I paid him the $60, and we had the deal done. Now, the machine, he says, charges you 5%, and I know you get a charge any transaction you get. So when you do this, you need to take that in mind, get like $60 instead of just $50 because you're going to get some charges as you do these transactions. So be aware of that. Okay, well now we're set to do this. Now you put in your BTT percentage, which is 0.013 or so for about $50, your email, and then your token account. And then you hit buy and you're set with this part. Well, then they send you the address you need to go for the next step. And once they've sent you that address, I'm going to show you how you do it on the Mycelium. Now, you can use this barcode here. That site's a barcode, and you can send it right to somebody like on another phone that's right there next to you, or you can type it in, which they give you the numbers you type it in this case, to send them your Bitcoins. But there's the barcode code. If you were going to send it to somebody on a barcode, you would scan that. So if you're going to do it on my Bitcoins, you would send it here, put it in this little box, and send it that way. Now at this point, it's just a waiting period, but then right here where this arrow's pointing is at the tokens Etherfloor, was it .io? Okay, and you open that up, and that opens up all these other windows to look for your tokens and stuff. Now up here where I'm looking at now, you got to put BTT in that window and do a search, and that opens up this Battle Titans token thing. Now it took about an hour or so for all this to go, but down here at the bottom shows you the last little bits. You copy this one, contact right here, and then you got to put that down lower with the BTT and 8, and that all goes all in those boxes, and then you click that at the bottom here, and you're pretty much done with the whole thing. It's just a waiting period then, and they send that stuff to you. So I hope this video will help you guys. I know I had zillions of questions and never figured out half this stuff without somebody kind of half helping. So hope somebody kind of understands this. Anyone has some questions, go ahead and put them on the video.